So picture this. You're standing in front of a Ferrari, and not just any Ferrari. This is the brand new 2026 Ferrari 849 Testarossa PHEV, a plug-in hybrid supercar with a jaw-dropping 1,050 horsepower on tap. Just let that sink in for a second. 1,050. The numbers sound like something from a video game, but this is real life, and Ferrari has just taken one of its most iconic names from the past, the Testarossa, and reimagined it for the modern world. And trust me, it's not just a tribute car. It's a statement. A message that even in the age of hybrids and electrification, Ferrari can still make your heart race before you even press the start button. Now the moment you see it, the design just hits you. The 2026 Ferrari 849 Testarossa PHEV doesn't try to hide in subtlety, it wears its heritage proudly. You've got those sharp horizontal slats that echo the legendary side strakes of the original Testarossa from the 1980s, but now they've been sculpted with modern aerodynamics in mind. They're not just for looks, they actually channel air towards the hybrid cooling system. The proportions are classic Ferrari: long nose, low stance, wide hips at the back. It almost feels alive, like it's crouched down ready to pounce. The LED headlights are razor thin, and the taillights, oh man, the taillights are a show in themselves. 4 circular units that glow like molten lava when you see them at night. Wait till you hear the active aero story too, because this car literally moves its own body panels to keep you glued to the road. Step closer, and you notice the details. Ferrari has used lightweight carbon fiber panels all around, and even the door handles are tucked seamlessly into the bodywork, like they don't want to interrupt the sculpture. The wheels are forged alloys with a turbine-style design that look like they're slicing air even when standing still. Behind them, massive carbon ceramic brakes with red calipers the size of your hand remind you that yes, 1,050 horsepower needs serious stopping power. Now, let's slide inside, because this is where Ferrari has managed to balance heritage, luxury, and cutting-edge tech. Open the door, and the cabin welcomes you with a mix of old-school Ferrari drama and futuristic design. You sit low, almost on the floor, and the cockpit wraps around you. There's Alcantara, leather, and exposed carbon fiber everywhere, stitched together with the kind of precision that only Ferrari's artisans can deliver. But here's the twist. The digital age has arrived in Maranello, and the 2026 Ferrari 849 Testarossa PHEV embraces it fully. You get a massive curved digital display in front of the driver, with hybrid energy flow animations, lap timers, and even customizable gauge clusters. To the right, there's a passenger display that allows your co-pilot to swipe through performance, stats, or just control the music. Ferrari calls it the dual-soul cockpit, because both driver and passenger get their own digital worlds. But Ferrari hasn't gone full spaceship. The iconic gated shifter look has been reinterpreted into a sleek, metal-finished control strip for the hybrid modes. You can toggle between eDrive, hybrid, performance, and qualifying mode, which is basically Ferrari's way of saying, okay, unleash everything we've got, and wait till you hear what that means on the road. Now before we hit the driving impressions, let's quickly run through the powertrain, because it's the heart of the story. The 2026 Ferrari 849 Testarossa PHEV combines a twin-turbocharged V8 engine producing around 750 horsepower, with 3 electric motors adding another 300. That's where the 1,050 horsepower total comes from. The rear wheels get the fury of the V8, while 2 front-mounted motors handle torque vectoring. That means this car is all-wheel drive when you want it, but it can also send brutal amounts of torque to whichever wheel needs it most, pulling you out of corners like a magnet on rails. And here's the crazy part. It can drive up to 25 miles purely on electric power. Imagine rolling silently through the city in a Ferrari Testarossa like a stealthy spaceship, and then at the flick of a switch, it screams to life with that signature Ferrari soundtrack. It's Jekyll and Hyde, but in the best way possible. Speaking of that soundtrack, Ferrari made sure electrification didn't kill the drama. The exhaust is tuned to deliver an authentic Ferrari roar. And because of the hybrid system, you get this additional sci-fi-like whirring when the motors kick in. It's like hearing the future and the past blending together in one symphony. Okay, so what does it feel like to drive? Picture pressing the start button. In eDrive, it's completely silent. The car glides forward like it's weightless. But switch into hybrid mode and the V8 wakes up instantly. Push it into performance mode, and the car becomes a beast, 0 to 60 in just under 2.3 seconds. Let me repeat that, 2.3 seconds. That's hypercar territory. And if you dare hit qualifying mode, you unleash the full 1050 horsepower, with launch control slamming you back into the seat like a roller coaster on steroids. The handling is razor sharp, thanks to Ferrari's latest side-slip control system, which works with the electric torque vectoring to make you feel like a professional driver. And yet, it's surprisingly approachable. You don't need to be Charles Leclerc to enjoy this car. Ferrari engineered it so that even in everyday driving, it feels composed, smooth, and confidence-inspiring. And that's another point. You might think a hybrid Ferrari with over 1,000 horsepower is just a track toy, but the 2026 Ferrari 849 Testarossa PHEV is shockingly usable. The suspension has adaptive dampers, so it can soften up for city roads. There's a decent amount of front trunk space for a weekend bag, and with that 25-mile EV range, you can actually use it for short commutes without burning a drop of fuel. Now, of course, we've got to talk numbers. The top speed? 218 miles per hour. The official combined torque? A staggering 900 pound-feet. And the price? Well, brace yourself. The base MSRP is expected to start around $650,000, but with Ferrari's personalization program, most owners will likely spec theirs well into the $750,000 to $800,000 range. And you know what? For the kind of performance and exclusivity this delivers, collectors are already lining up. Ferrari has hinted at limited production, so getting your hands on one is almost as tough as driving it at full throttle. But what about competitors? The obvious ones are the Lamborghini Revuelto, which also uses a hybrid V12 system, and the McLaren Solus GT hybrid program. Even the Rimac Nevera comes into the conversation because of the electrified performance. But here's where the 2026 Ferrari 849 Testarossa PHEV stands out. It's not trying to be purely futuristic or purely nostalgic. It's a blend. It carries a legendary name, delivers hypercar numbers, and still gives you that soul that only Ferrari seems to master. Now let's be fair. There are a few cons to mention. First, yes, the price is out of reach for most of us. Second, the hybrid system adds weight. This isn't the lightest Ferrari ever built, tipping the scales at just over 3,800 pounds. And while Ferrari has masked that with incredible chassis tuning, purists might complain that the simplicity of a naturally aspirated V12 is gone. But honestly, that's the future. Regulations demand it, and Ferrari has managed to evolve without losing its identity. Here's something you'll love though. The 2026 Ferrari 849 Testarossa PHEV comes with Ferrari's latest infotainment system, which finally integrates wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I know in a Ferrari that sounds trivial, but it makes daily use so much easier. And then there's the driver assistance tech. You get adaptive cruise, lane assist, even collision avoidance. Now, no Ferrari owner buys one for lane keep assist, but having it there makes the car feel like a genuine daily drivable supercar. So what's the verdict? The 2026 Ferrari 849 Testarossa PHEV isn't just another hybrid supercar. It's a declaration that Ferrari knows how to move forward without forgetting where it came from. It's brutally fast, visually stunning, and yet refined enough to live with. It honors the Testarossa name without being stuck in the past, and it sets a benchmark for what hybrid performance can feel like when done by Ferrari. If you're a collector, this is a no-brainer. If you're an enthusiast, it's the kind of car you'll dream about long after the video ends. And that's the magic of Ferrari. They don't just build machines, they build emotions on wheels. So tell me, what do you think? Does the 2026 Ferrari 849 Testarossa PHEV hit the right balance between heritage and the future? Or would you prefer Ferrari had stayed old school with a naturally aspirated monster? Drop your thoughts in the comments.